There was no after-school program at Mount Sinai until my children were enrolled in that school. And I looked at the school and said, everywhere my children go, my children are on sports leagues. They play football, they play basketball, they play volleyball. We have an active parent-teacher relationship, home and school relationship. We have an active after school because an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Exergaming. I'm going to show you what exergaming is. And then my daughter Destiny, multimedia studio for the kids. Baymac Watch, Beautiful World, South Central, Uncle Dad Foundation, the Uncle Dad Foundation, SPI, Spy. Joshua was a spy, the very first spy ever in history. SPI, Joshua. My son Xavier, his name is Xavier. He is a bright and shining light. X-Man, Xavier, he is a bright and shining light. Joshua, the Lord is his salvation. Kafel, he is worth dying for. I'll die for him. I'll lay my life down, and I'll take anybody's life that becomes an obstacle. Anybody can be the Goliath. There is something called righteous indignation. There is something called righteous indignation that God gave the king of the mountains of every tribe in Israel and thousands of kingdoms outside of Israel. It's called Judges. There's a whole book of Judges. Kagia Kamathi Scott. Key member of the Uncle Dad Foundation. Wrote this book, The Fifth Gospel. This book is about Revelation. But Kagia Kamathi Scott, the face of phase one. The reason why E.T. the hip hop preacher, when he saw Kagia Kamathi Scott, wanted to come to Oakwood. What E.T. the hip hop preacher doesn't realize is in phase one, you also saw Terry Lynn Leggett, my older sister, and Damon Leggett, side by side with Kagia Kamathi Scott. When you saw Kagia Kamathi Scott, you saw the Leggetts. When you saw Zakiba Watkins, you saw the Leggetts, E.T. When you saw phase one, you saw the Leggetts. When you saw creative arts, you saw the Leggetts world. Just so y'all know, when you seen Pine Forge Academy, when you saw the Falcons, you saw the Leggetts. So this, I'm going to show you a clip with my children inviting Orlando and the world to come to Orlando and learn on a Da Vinci surgical unit and be some of the first in a pipeline to become surgeons doing minimally invasive surgery instead of the old school regular surgery will leave scars, which leaves massive blood loss. It's greater risk of dying with the old surgery. And my kids since 2009, 2010, why doesn't the world know about this? Huh? Why don't you know about this? We'll get into that later. Just so you know, when you fill out an application for I.T.B Break the Cycle, You're coming to help us finish being the masterpiece physicians to the world, being lifesavers. The sick have need of a physician. While the rest of the world is using robots to replace people, while Elon Musk and everybody else and Bill Gates are using technology to create poverty, to displace people, to erase jobs and eliminate jobs, while Silicon Valley has shut down all of the jobs and they've moved to Israel. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that, huh? Apple, all of the high-tech companies, they all have bases in Israel. So when you want to talk about who's fighting and who's killing people of color, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Microsoft, Apple, all of your tech companies that you support with your business. That's who's killing our people. They all moved from California into Israel. Donald Trump and all of his supporters, the right-wing evangelical church, have been sending billions of dollars and billions of dollars and billions of dollars and billions of dollars. The number one contributor to the military of Israel is the United States of America. And Donald Trump put an embassy there. Donald Trump put an embassy there before all of this war broke out. Hello? Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. No, I'll be there. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye. Love you. This is a Da Vinci surgical unit. This unit was used in Orlando, Florida, to be able to safely operate on the soldiers in Afghanistan in a hospital in Celebration, Florida, in Orlando, Florida. Individuals have been saving the lives of soldiers on the battlefield in Afghanistan from Florida using this. And it's my children and the program that we put at Mount Sinai. Under Community United Outreach.
Okay, so today we're fortunate enough to have a brand new Da Vinci Xi robot that's never been used, so I get to break it in, which is kind of nice. It's like having a new car. And then attached to that, what you see here, we have a dual console setup, which allows me to set up.
Okay. Let me show you. So here are the four components. So when people ask you what does I.T.B break the cycle and what does Adonai do, we have phase one, health services connected to community gardens and healthful living and a 90-day challenges called Let's Get in the Beginning Fit. Let's Get in the Beginning Fit. Then Exer Gaming. It's a Wii console, full body Wii console where it encourages individuals to, instead of living sedentary lifestyles, You can get online with VR goggles and a full body workout and compete with people all over the world in games online. That's called extra gaming. Then multimedia studio, I design and build film studios and music studios and tried to give them to Pine Forge and Oakwood. With Lloyd Mallory in 2010. Lloyd Mallory and I wrote a business plan, tried to give it to Oakwood. My people perish for lack of vision. So now we're giving it to the world. Wrote the same business plan in 2008, 2009. Went up to Pine Forge Academy when Cynthia Poole was the headmaster there. Once again, my people perish for lack of vision. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. So here is Xavier Leggett, who's graduating.
The first generation that's not going to be as successful as their parents. They labeled the millennial generation.
Here is Xavier Leggett.
And then even around. So what do you think about potentially taking the reins of a program that gives your generation the ability to break those cycles? And the fact that you have a business plan that you can share with them to step by step go from point A to point B based off of all of these individuals in our network that we're giving you access to give access to them. What?
So, Mom Harris and I, as you all know, I am the CEO of Adonai Community Mission #1 LLC. Mom Harris is also, she's the chief financial officer for Adonai Community Mission #1 LLC. And Mom Harris and I made an executive decision to convert Adonai Community Mission from an LLC to a nonprofit organization. So Adonai Community Mission will be a non-for-profit because the health clinic will be providing services, but the individuals who we are working with on Paramore are so poor, they are the least of these, our brothers and sisters. And we couldn't dare think of charging and billing and providing regular hospital services at regular costs. So we made an executive decision to make it a not-for-profit so that we could provide the services and subsidize them to those and still provide the top-notch, world-class services without charging the least of these, our brothers and sisters. So to be able to do that and offset the cost, I.T.B. Break the Cycle LLC will conduct for-profit business enterprise to be able to invest into Adonai Community Mission #1, so that Adonai Community Mission #1, 2, and 3 can provide services, and I.T.B. Break the Cycle LLC will be the angel investor into Adonai. For-profit, non-profit. Angel investment, giving, receiving. Okay? Xavier Leggett, for all of y'all who are filling out applications, Xavier Leggett is a managing member, a founder of I.T.B. Break the Cycle, LLC. Here's the documentation. There's Xavier Leggett. There is Craig Morgan. There is Maurice Webb. There is Kanisha Leggett. There is Curtis SPI Williams, Curtis Spiderloaf Williams, and Damon Leggett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Xavier Leggett. And I'm doing this so that there are individuals that wanted Xavier to be able to prove that he has gainful employment. So I'm simply going to document the relationships that Xavier Leggett has developed with Uncle E.T. the hip hop preacher in business over the years. That Xavier Leggett has established with Community United Outreach. Community United Outreach. And Xavier Leggett has established with Pastor Eunuch. And Xavier Leggett has established himself in Paramore, in Washington Shores. Xavier Leggett is a lifesaver in Orlando, Florida. And he'll tell you himself. So when he goes into the bank, and when the bankers in Huntsville, Alabama, want to know if this young man has gainful employment, and all of you who have put in applications, you have put in an application to work underneath Xavier Leggett, Craig Morgan, Maurice Webb, Kanisha Leggett, Curtis Williams, and Damon Leggett. CEO, CFO, COO, IT, every management position, executive management position, the 6 of us wear all of those hats.
What does that mean to you?
Well, first, I think it's empowering because I am one of those people who went to college and didn't really know what was going on or what I wanted to do with my life, and so for other people in my generation, whether you're older than me, younger than me, I feel like at some point everyone falls into that mentality where you don't know what you want to do. At some point you were lost. At some point you didn't know where you wanted to go and where your future was headed. But because I have the connection that I have through my parents, because I have, because I know the people that I know, because I was, around, and I can call somebody up and be like, hey, would you let me come work for you, just as an intern to see what this is like? Or, hey, can you point me in the direction of where I'm supposed to go? Hey, can you give me some guidance? Because I had that, I am better off for it. And with the foundation that we're building and the business plan that I'm working on, it's not only going to set me up to better myself, but I plan to share it with other people, in my circle, lead by example. Once I make it, I mean anybody can make it, because as far as I'm concerned, I still don't really know where I want to go, but I don't know what I want to do right now, but I know in 10 years I know where I want to be. I want to be successful. I want to be happy. I want to take care of me and my family. These are goals that everyone has, and so with the business plan, those are goals that you can meet. And there are other goals that everyone has. You all have spiritual goals. You all have monetary goals. You all have personal goals that you want to reach. And through these connections, we have people who can motivate you, point you in the right direction.
All right. I'll come back with chapter 2 after this.